Daniel Cormier is here. Daniel, how are you, sir?
What's up, Luke Thomas? How you doing, man?
Daniel, I am so sorry for ruining your Sunday with my endless stream of texts, but I really appreciate you being here on the show. It means a lot, okay?
Persistency, it pays off. You remember those little posters that were always in the cafeteria when you were a kid? Had the cat, like, holding on to the top of the thing, trying to pull himself up? You got to be persistent, Luke. That's how you get it done. And congratulations on your new gig, man.
Thank you, DC. I really appreciate it, man. So let's get right to it. It's been now a couple of days, or at least a day and a half. Has the enormity of your achievement sunk in yet?
I think it's starting to. I think for me, I'm just kind of sitting around like it's normal. I just laid around the room all day yesterday, but when I go outside and I try to go somewhere, that's where you feel the difference, because it seems like everybody either knows you or they kind of go, for some reason, this guy stands out to me. And they might not know exactly what you did or who you are, but people are kind of turning and craning their necks a little bit more than they used to.
All right, let's talk.
Been a day.
Yeah, I mean, give it time, right? Because I'm imagining the UFC is going to keep you busy in public. By the way, no one asked you this at the post-fight presser. I should have. Does it feel good to break the Conan curse?
Yeah, it did. I thought about that, Luke, and through all that, when I was done, I was like, well, I guess he didn't get me. I guess Conan didn't get me. So, yeah, it felt good, man. You just got to have confidence in yourself and hope it works out.
All right, let's talk about that right hand that closed the show. I went back and I watched the fight. You had landed it in a very similar way a couple of times earlier in the fight. When you landed, how soon did you realize that was it? Like, you had basically closed the show at that point?
Man, the way he fell, right? He fell with his legs, like, up. And I was like, man, this dude's not trying to put his feet on my hips or anything, You see a lot of times, Luke, when someone gets dropped, we usually, like, kick our legs up to try to keep the guy away from us. He didn't do any of that. I kind of just passed his knees. Behind my hips, and it was over. I was able to just stand above him and land shot after shot after shot, and he was kind of gone by the time he hit the ground. But I didn't realize until I heard the crowd erupt and him start falling backwards. But I feel like when we were trading, I was landing some pretty good shots already that was starting to take effect on him.
I was having this debate with people prior to the fight. Certainly, Stipe, as you mentioned, hit hard, but nothing you were used to. I'm wondering, relative to Anthony Johnson, was it as powerful or less or more? Like, where would he stack up relative to Rumble?
Man, honestly, Rumble, I think, might have hit harder. And the reason Rumble hits harder is because Rumble's a lot faster. He's a lot faster. And Stipe's a fast guy for a heavyweight. But Rumble's so fast, and he's accurate, and he's so explosive. I've never really felt anybody that hits as hard as Anthony Johnson.
I've been mulling over this question, and I'm going to ask it respectfully because I do mean it in a respectful way. But hear me out on this. You accomplished a lot in the world of wrestling, but your achievements in MMA now, this is different, Daniel. This is like truly historic stuff. So I know you define yourself and your identity as very much tied to the wrestling community as a wrestler, but are you a better fighter than you are a wrestler?
Man, I think a hard question, right? Because wrestling's been around for so long, so people have had more time to get better at that one discipline. Whereas mixed martial arts is still a younger sport. The UFC is only celebrating 25 years. Wrestling was in the very first Olympics. So to get to one of the top guys in the world in that single discipline is so difficult that I don't know if I could ever be that good a fighter.
Okay. And again, in terms of your identity, you lead with the wrestling. Yeah. That's like you do you conceive of yourself like, is fighting your job and wrestling is who you are?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a fair characterization?
I didn't understand that question, Luke. Sorry.
In terms of self-identification, you are a wrestler, but like fighting is what you do.
Yeah, I'm a wrestler. Yeah, I'm a wrestler, and I'm a fighter. I mean, look, if you're not a fighter at heart, you can't do this job. And you can't do this job at this level. You have to be a true fighter. You have to be a dog, you know, a guy that's willing to go in there and just mix it up and fight, you know. So I'm a fighter. But I do feel like at the end of the day, you know, Luke, I'm the guy that runs out with his shirt tucked into his pants, or I like to tuck my socks and my pants into my socks. It's because it's lessons I learned, or things I learned from wrestling. And also, wrestling has been the catalyst for everything that I've done in my life and career. So, yeah, I'm a wrestler.
Beyond just the power that you picked back up at heavyweight, did anything else feel not merely different, but better about competing in that weight class?
Faster. I felt like I was faster, you know, because at 205, I think my speed is not as, it doesn't jump out at you as much, because all the guys that I fight are pretty fast themselves. So I think I felt faster. Thank you. I think I felt faster at heavyweight, and then just not having to do that weight cut. It's a big deal, man. That weight cut can really it can really brutalize you.
I was about to say the fight didn't go very long, but your energy levels, you must have felt over the moon in terms of how supercharged you were before the fight itself, right?
Yeah, I was so excited, man. I was in the back trying to contain myself, you know, like, how do I stay the course and not put myself in the fight too early, you know, because that's without having to worry about the weight management. Now I have all this time to think about the fight, you know, and I do a lot of visualization and stuff. So it's like, when I visualize, I'm like, wow, I could go and just fight right now. I don't have to cut any weight. How do I monitor myself and manage my energy in regards to the fight? I can't get too excited. So I was really trying to peel myself back a lot. When it came to thinking about the fight.
You know, you're at your peak earning potential, but if your career was over today, you're totally satisfied with it, right? Like, in other words, getting this, I mean, this is about as good as it gets, right?
You know what's crazy, Luke? It's just that it's the mountaintop, right? It's like, man, I won the heavyweight championship of the world. I'm the UFC light heavyweight champion. How do you top that, you know? And if I got to be honest, I feel like I could fight until I'm 42, 43 years old. But my family and I, we made a decision a long time ago on when I was going to be done, and I'm going to stick to that. So I'm not leaving because I can't compete, obviously. I'm leaving because it's something that we decided to do a while ago.
How different would a fight with you and John Jones be at heavyweight?
I don't know. You know, when I look at matchups, right, like everything that he does, right, and all the mistakes that Jones makes, still a very difficult matchup for him. He always will be, because he's tall, and there are a lot of different things coming at you. There's not just punches. You know, that's why I was so confident that I would win against Stipe Miocic, because I knew for the most part it's just punches. Punches in wrestling. You know, with Jones, there's just a lot coming at you.
Fair enough. I know the Jones questions must be exhausting at this point, so I don't really want to ask a whole lot of them. But I am kind of interested in this Brock Lesnar thing. Some folks have said that ruined your great night, and I don't really know that I understand that argument. You don't seem to feel that way, right?
No, not at all. It didn't ruin my night. Made it even better. If not for anything, if I was a guy that just wanted that type of moment, you know, like, that would have been okay. But how did it ruin my moment? You know, when I won the belt the first time, the first thing I did was yell at John Jones about getting his stuff together, set up my next fight. This fight with Brock Lesnar, I told him to get in the octagon, and then set up my next fight. How did it ruin my moment? You know, it doesn't change the fact that I got to win the UFC heavyweight title. They've got this great image of me sitting on top of the cage, floating around right now. I don't understand how that would have ruined my moment.
And by the way, I saw you talking about him shoving you on, I think it was on Fox Sports 1. You laughed at how strong he is. How strong is he?
He's very strong. He pushed me. He pushed me, and I went falling back. And then when he got close, I pushed him back, but I barely moved him. I'm like, gosh, I should have pushed him so much harder. I'm like, why did I push him so soft? Like, am I kind of scared of Brock Lesnar? Like, why did I push him a lot harder than I did? But he's gonna get his. He's gonna get his.
Did your coach break his hands trying to shove Brock Lesnar, Mr. Sanchez?
Did you see that? What in the world was Rosendo doing? I'm like, dude, you got a death wish? I'm like, do you have a death wish? I was like, because right now you're going to push Brock Lesnar, and Brock just kind of didn't even. It's almost like Brock didn't even. It's like Brock didn't even feel him push him. He just kept going about his business. You know, it's crazy, man. It was crazy. It's funny though. It just shows that Rosendo's kind of a ride or die guy. You know.
The titles. Let me play devil's advocate, if I may, Daniel. It's certainly a great thing that you're setting up a big fight with Brock Lesnar down the line. It'll do wonders for you financially and for all the various parties involved. But we had Gustafsson on the show earlier. He's saying he believes his fight with Oezdemir should be for an interim title. Basically that, look, you can have the title, but there's a responsibility in terms of the schedule to defend it. Your response to that would be what?
I just fought in this division in January. Like, what? Like, I don't understand. Like, it's not like I've been gone for a year or 2 years. Or, I haven't been gone for a long time. I fought in this division in January.
Would you fight at light heavyweight before fighting at heavyweight?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and that's, it just depends. Like, what's going to happen. What's going to happen after what's going to happen in the next couple months. I have to figure it out, Brock has to go through the USADA thing, and I'm not going to fight Brock if he's not 100% clean, So I have to, if I have to fight at 205, I'll go back down and fight at 205. And then if Brock's ready, I'll just fight Brock later in the beginning of next year, Maybe February or March, I'll fight in November against somebody else. And I really don't see whoever's going to be Gustafsson, to be honest with you. You can't just will yourself into a title shot, man. You can't not fight for a year or a year and something and then think that you're going to just be given an interim title fight.
And also, I know you went to the doctor this morning. How is the hand?
I do have a break in my knuckle. So no surgery, but just got to take some time. I'm in a splint. A lot of swelling right now. Hopefully that goes down soon, and I can get back to training in a little bit.
But nothing that would prevent you from keeping the kind of schedule that you were sort of eyeballing before all this took place, right?
No. I'm gonna need about 2 months for this thing to get back to where I can start using it again in combat. But no, it won't slow me down too much.
Does this win, by the way, and then of course Habib's win as well, does this feel good to stick it to the AKA critics who said you guys train too hard?
We have the best gym in the world. I mean, without my gym and my team and my coaches, I would be nowhere. Without King Velasquez being at the gym every day to help me, I'd be nowhere. And all my training partners, Tony Johnson, Thiago Beowulf, everybody, like, these guys give so much of themselves for me to become who I am and for our team to be what it is. There's no better team than the American Kickboxing Academy. You can watch The Ultimate Fighter, and I believe The Ultimate Fighter finale, and I believe two guys really stood out. Brad Katona, and he's got a great team at SDG, and Luis Pena. And those guys are at big gyms that are with people that are preparing them in the way to fight at the highest level of mixed martial arts. And I believe that we do it better than anybody else.
I know you got to go, so last question for you, but I'm wondering, is there any kind of way to help someone understand through all of your wrestling journey and all of your MMA journey, for the ups and downs, even till last July, all the way to here, is there any kind of way to encapsulate what this, not really the feeling is, rather, but the achievement? What does this achievement mean to your athletic career?
It means everything, man. It means that for a guy that was almost like right on the cusp, but never was able to push through, if you just keep trying, man, just keep working, keep getting better, keep pursuing goal after goal after goal. Like, Luke, when you fail at something, put something else out ahead of you and hope that you can go and do that. Like, just keep trying and keep giving yourself opportunity to do something special. And I did that and did that and did that, and eventually I got it done. It's an amazing feeling.
Daniel, I know you got to go, so I'll let you go. Let me just say it one more time. It's a true honor to have you on the show. It was an honor to watch you win that second title. Thank you so much, and I wish you a happy vacation time and whatever else you're going to be doing with your family.
Luke, thank you so much for having me, man. I appreciate it. And once again, hey, congratulations. Good job, man.
Thank you, buddy. You too. All right. There he is.